Welcome back, YouTubers and Scrub Gamers, to another video, another deck profile at Scrub Games. You're joined by me, Jamie, and this time we're going over my updated launch deck profile. First thing I want to do is shout out to Deck Planet, is a new deck building site for Dragon Ball Super. It's very strong, it's very good, very enjoyable. I've been liking it, and probably will use my use this for doing my deck profiles now, because you can. The fun thing is you can see all the cards. You can see the ban list while building decks. You see the database, very effective, very quick, easy to search. And the fun thing as well I like is that you can also write a description for your deck. So when if you're putting a deck out there, like you can see on the screen. If you put a deck out there, you can put a description of like how you play it, because I know with some decks, some people play decks quite differently. Or it's nice to just, when you're building, if you're like looking for decks, looking for an idea, it's nice to have a description of how the turn progression goes, or like a brief description about how the deck's played to help out with any new players that come across it. So in this video, I'm going to go over my launch deck profile, which I've been really enjoying. Back when we had Hercule back just during the tournament, well, just after the Tournament of Power theme set, I really enjoyed the deck because it drew so much. But then, of course, when Janemba came out, it was kind of redundant because you killed yourself for the fact that Janemba would mill you out, and when you drew a load of cards, you would end up decking out yourself. And that's the same thing I'm kind of finding with launch, is that I've never really won. I've never really lost by taking all my life. It's normally by being decked out, because usually when you get quite low in deck, your opponent would typically give up trying to kill you and trying to stall you for the end game to deck you out. So as you can see, first of all, so you can have the balance and things like that on the side. Your decks, they got new features like the community, showing off like YouTubers videos as well and things like that. You show you decks, deck builder, database. It's very good, very streamlined, very efficient. But going over the launch deck, so let's go over to it. So you got that's one thing I like, is that you'll be able to see both sides of the leader as well. So with the launch leader, it's a brand new leader for set 12. I've gone over it previously in my in a previous deck, but now I've improved on it after playtesting a lot more of it. It's got so it's one of the it's a really unique leader in the fact that it doesn't have awaken. So the flip over each side, it's triggered by an auto. It's got a nice auto similar to Hercule, like kind of similar to Hercule. So once per turn when you combo, you draw a card, which is very strong. Very good. So it means you can combo off a card, and then it makes like things like your super combos like Nappa. They actually draw as well when you combo them, which is fun. And it's also got an auto of when a card in your life is flipped face up by one of your red card skills, you can flip this card over. If you do, draw one card, and you can't flip your leader to its front side for the turn. So when you flip it over, you can't flip it again that turn, but that's not too bad. That's fine. And the ways to flip it, there's quite a few ways. Well, there's two different cards to help you flip your leader over, and that would be launch, the pure hide. So it's got an auto of, if your leader is red, a red earthling only with 10,000 power or less, when this card is flipped face up, using the combo, flip it to one your life face up. At the end of the turn, flip all your face up cards in your life face down, and you can activate all auto skills on copies of this card for the turn. So that's so fine, because you can only flip it over once. You only want to flip it. You only really want to use the effect once. And yeah, so generally when you're being attacked, you'll combo with this, and draw a card off leader, and use the effect of this launch to flip a card in life. Then you'll trigger the ever auto on launch to flip over your leader and draw a card. And also it does have a strong activate battle as well, of when your leader card is a red earthling with only 5,000 power. So if your opponent's on its front side, you can combo with this card from your drop area. At the end of your battle, you send a card from your drop area to your warp. So it means that when your leader's on its front side, when it's like at its weakest, you can combo this junior combo step, defensive step, from your drop area for a free 5k and trigger the draw and the flip as well, which is very strong. And the other card we've got as well to flip is the Tournament Pack 12 launch. So another card you could potentially use that I was using before is the Bulma from set, which is it's the same flip effect as launch launch, but it doesn't have the restriction of only using it once per turn. So you can use the effect of multiple bombers in a turn if you have multiple. But it does have the fact that it's a cantrip, in fact, that when it's played you draw a card, so it's got an extra draw power in that way. But what I'm liking is more of this launch. So the second auto is the same as the ever launch. First one, where you when you combo with it, as long as you're a red Earthling only card, 10k power or less, you flip a life, but can't use that effect for the rest of the turn of that card. But it's got a nice. The reason why I'm gone over this launch rather than the Bulma is because of the first auto, where if you lead once per turn, if you lead a card as a red Earthling only card, when you combo, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards, and it gets a minus 5,000 power for the battle. So this is a really strong card, able to put up technically a 10k difference instead of a 5k difference between your leader and an attacking battle card or unison card at your leader. And also a nice thing is with green's quite popular at the moment, and this is an easy way to prevent them from having the Democrat live, really, to have loads of markers on to normally with green they want to play Democrat on unison to have an easy way to maintain having a freeze alive, because if it would lose markers by battle and take a life instead, so the self-awakening plus keeping the markers on to make freeze always alive. But this is a nice card in the fact that it gets a Democrat's only 5k, so this gets a minus it by 5k, meaning that it loses the marker without triggering its effect, because it's by an effect, not by battle. And also just mainly for that. Like when they're attacking, it's not that great, but when you're attacking it, you can potentially kill it in combination with the leader skill as well, which is quite fun. So you can attack something else and take a Democrat unison down from 2 markers to 0 and gone without triggering its effect to protect itself. And also in combination with the leader's front side backside, which I can go over now after going over this card, makes it a good way to kill things that are cheap or get over things a lot easier in combination. So as I forgot to do, the backside launch has some similar effects. So it's got the same auto as the front side once per turn when you combo draw a card, which is very good. So potentially every turn, if you can flip the leader while comboing, you can draw 3 cards a turn, which is very good. A lot of draw. And after turns as well, and with the combination of unison, you draw a lot of cards in hand. Like you have a huge hand when playing with this deck. And also it's got an auto to make it compete with leaders that are 15k, because there's only a 10k as you can see, which is the first auto, which when this card attacks, choose up one of your opponent's card, so battle card, unison, fill card technically, or so leader, unison, or battle card, and minus it by 5k for the battle. So as I was saying, with the Democrat unison, you can swing at the leader, minus 5k the Democrat, lose a marker because it go down to 0, lose a marker and go back. And it won't be able to trigger its effect by its card because to take a life instead, because it's by an effect and not by battle. And then it's got the same auto. So both the others also the same in the fact that when you combo, you draw a card, and the other one, when you flip a life up by a red skill, you get the flip it over and draw a card. So normally with this leader, what you want to do is you want to be awake after the first turn. Really, you want to be flipped over to your backside on your turn, so you can swing, gain a 5k, combo say a launch. So normally when you want to be on this side, swing with it, minus by 5k, combo the launch to draw a card from the leader, flip a life, flip back over, so you then still 10k when swinging, and then potentially combo something else as well just to get another draw. So if you've played a King Piccolo to search, combo that off, or even a super combo. And then on your opponent's turn, when they attack your leader, you'll then be on your front side, so you can use launch from your drop to then combo yourself to draw a card from the leader, flip a life to flip over, draw another card, and then combo again if you need to as well. So really you want to use the SR launch, the launch of your hired, when you're on your front side, to go to the backside. No, go from the backside to the front side, so then you can use his effect in drop to go back to your backside in your opponent's turn. And using that combination, you can draw quite a lot of cards, which is very good. And then with the deck, I'm using 2 different unisons. So I'm using the new Piccolo Jr. So Piccolo Jr. sent as king. This is a very strong unison, a very good one for red. It's probably one that red's been wanting for a while. So it's got 3 effects. First is an auto of when your opponent activates a counter skill. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less and KO it. So this is a good way to get rid of your opponent's weenies by any time you use a counter skill, be it counter play, counter attack, whatever it is, as long as it's a green counter skill. As long as it's a counter skill, you can pop something at 15k power or less as well. So one of the good things with that I've been doing with launch is you swing with launch, they counter, and then your autos both go off in whatever order you choose, because they both trigger at the same time. So you can go launch minus something that's 20k to 15k, and then Piccolo goes, choose that card, pop it. And then it's got a nice effect of its +1, which is just activate main, draw a card, which is very good. It gives you a lot more draw power, and it's got a nice way to help manage your opponent's board if they go too wide. With their activate main marker skill, which is -2, choose one of your red battle cards which costs a 3 or less. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with power less than or equal to the chosen card and KO them. And then this card gains Rejuvenate once per turn. Remove 2 markers from this card for a turn. And there's an easy way to get cards under this card for Rejuvenation, and that is by putting a Never copy under the card to trigger that as well, which is very good. So if you don't have to worry about using life or using Rejuvenate, but normally you're going to be using the activate main, the +1 effect to draw a card, and a -2 just come in handy to clear white boards. And every unison, which is just one of, is Lord Slug. Just because it's a 15k crit unison that has a +1, which is very good, which can help you get through barrier. So if you've got opponent's got anything with barrier on, you just got a card from your hand. So say if you're on your, you can put the launch card in your drop to then be able to use it from drop, or even a 1-drop for the Android Sentinel you get and go over. But this allows you to get through things with barrier, and -10k is pretty good for things through barrier. And even then, 10k power makes a big difference when trying to get over a battle card. And it's got an Never auto, which can come in handy as well, with a -4, which you can technically get up to easy enough, really, as if your opponent leaves it alone, which is auto. If your leader is red, when your opponent activates a counter skill, deal 1 damage to them. So you've got option of burn with this one, or just popping on cards with Piccolo. They're very good unisons, and they're my picks for them. And a good way to search it is the Piccolo Dragon Ball Obsession. This is a 1-drop red Namekian, which has the effect of when this card is played, look at top 5 cards of your deck. And that's either 1 red Namekian or Demon Clan card with entry cost of 4 or less, or 1 red unison with a specified cost of 2 to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So to go off with that, to have topic. So this can achieve the unisons, and also this as well, the King Piccolo, a new ruler from Draft Box 6. This is a double strike, 3 cost 15k, which you're going to play for free. You're never going to play free for it. You're going to pay for free. It's a permanent if your leader is red. It gets 5k power, and your opponent can activate blocker skills in response to this card's attack. So this is one good combination with the Piccolo Jr. to be able to wipe your opponent's board easier, because you can, after the turn you've played it, if you've got a marker, so if you've got 3 markers on it, on the Piccolo, which you can normally have as soon as you play it, you can, if it survives and still has 3 markers on it, you can just go play it for free, which then becomes 20k, and your opponent can't block it hit swing. They can use a union's effect to choose this, which is now 20, to wipe your opponent's board of 20k instead of 15k's if you wanted to. It's a nice option. I've never really done it. I've never really needed to, because the rest of the deck helps maintain my opponent's board. But to play it for free, as I said, you've got an activate main if you have a red unison card in play with 3 or more markers on it. Play it from your hand, and you can't play copies of this card for the turn. So this is very good in being able to get yourself if your opponent's got a lot of blockers, this is a good way to get through it. Or even then, threaten for a free 20k double strike. It's very strong. But at the end of the turn, it will trigger and send it to its owner's swamp. That's the unison pack. That's the unison package within the Namekians as well. everything we have that I've included to go with the Unisons is the Yamcha Merciless Barrage. So this is one of the worst of the free counter plays because it requires your opponent to have cards on the board to actually get the effect. But luckily, counter window 2 is a thing. So and that is when you want to play it. So any time a card is played, if it's hard casted, which means paying the energy and play it from your hand by paying the energy, there's only one counter window, and on that counter window, your opponent hasn't played it yet. It's in their hand, ready to play, and then once that counter window is passed, then they play the card. Whereas counter window 2 exists when a card is played by a skill. So if your opponent uses a skill to play a card, you have counter window 1 when you reveal the card to play it, and then go, I'm going to play this card with a skill, or I'm gonna use a skill to play a card. That's counter window 1. Once that counter window 1 resolves, they play the card, and then once it's played, they go right counter window 2. The card's been played, counter window 2 to resolve effects, and that's when you can use Yamcha to then go right. The card's now on the board, choose it. That's 15k. This helps quite a lot with, like when we've had the Red Broly matchup, when they go use the effect of the get the field spell, use the effect field spell, find the Broly, play the Broly, and go and use the effect to find a bar in my deck and play it. They play the bar, and that's counter window 1. They play the bar and trigger the effect and go counter window 2, and that's why I play the Yamcha to then be able to go choose your Broly and your bar minus 15k and play itself. Outside of that, it's not great, but it's a nice way to. It is a good thing for if your opponent's doing it by that effect. If you play it like that, it's a very strong counterplay. Or if your opponent spams the board with loads of weenies, it's a good way to get rid of those weenies. Every cards we got to help protect the Unison. So normally, as I put in the description, which you can find, I'll put this as if you look on the deck profile that I built on Deck Planet. Turn 2 is when you want to play a Unison. Turn 3 is when you want to protect it as much as possible. And to do that, we have Topper Roger's Aid and Rebel Reinforcement. So Topper is a good way to stop the first attack and say to your opponent, if you want to keep attacking this turn, you're going to have to bleed advantage from your hand, which normally makes your opponent just do something else that doesn't involve attacking and then pass turn. And Android 17 Rebel Reinforcements is a really good card because it can negate an attack and then play from your drop either one of the launches. So this is a good way. This is a good way to recycle the launches if you don't have them in hand. Say if you say you don't have say you're on your leader backside and you don't have a way to flip it over to your front, but you've got the launch pure hard in hand. You can negate the attack, bring out the launch, and then when you attack again, your leader combo the launch off to flip it over, and then your turn you can then use it from the drop as well. Then. But this is also it's not only those that can attack, you can also bring back the Piccolo. So a good thing you can do is negate the attack with Android 17, bring out the Piccolo then switch to the top 3. To either find another Unison if you don't have one or it died, or grab a Piccolo so with your unit you can play it for free that next turn. And then one good combination I've liked in this deck as well is using Nappa Super Combo, because the Nappa is very strong in the fact that while it's 4 copies, due to its effect of playing itself when you combo it from your hand, means you technically have 8 super combos, which is and given the fact that you can draw on both sides by comboing, you can get a draw off each of those combos as well. So technically you've got 8. So with this leader with that super combo, you've kind of technically got 8 super combos that all draw. And to go with that, we have the Gogeta. We've got the Gogeta Resonant Explosion, which is a very good Unison card. A rival card that helps manage your opponent's board and threatens for a 20k double strike as well. And for 1 you want red energy, which is what you're going to be charging. And the reason why I've chose this to the Champa is because I've been trying out Fuser Massive and having fun with it. The Fuser Massive doesn't require any specific color energy, just needs you to be on free energy. And what you can do is you can rival in at any point, either the same turn as you charge your third energy, or before that, rival in the Resonant Explosion, swing with it, threaten at 20k double strike, just put some pressure on your opponent, either to make him force him to take damage or combo cards in the hand, and then sack it off. Then for 1 energy, sack it off, play some Days Wrath, and now you have a 20k attacker that every time it swings, this is one of your cards from your opponent's hand, and it's unable to be removed unless either its skill's negated and it's removed, or it's either minused by 20k power. I'm enjoying this. It's quite fun. And in a pinch, if you don't have a Nappa, it can be used as a combo piece. Say, like if you've got a launch and a Zamasu in your hand, you can then copy if you wanted to. Combo the launch, draw from combo, flip life to flip over and draw a card, combo the Zamasu to draw again from the other side's combo draw, and then arrival in the Gogeta. Never had to do that, but it's an option as well to still get in Gogeta for removal and just a 20k double strike. Now the tech cards we've got two kinds just to help threaten double strikes with the with unisons or the leader. You can potentially combo a lot of power onto it and to finish off a game. Like you can threaten with both the King Piccolo and Gogeta to kind of force them to lose cards, and then go all in with a on the leader swing or unison swing, hidden power Supreme Kai. And the fact that it's nice that it can also get you a draw as well with the leader when you combo it. And the last battle card we've got in deck is the SSB Kaioken Son Goku Concentrated Destruction. This is a tech for if you don't have enough markers on the unison to wipe your opponent's board. You can use this either to play itself, and having deflect means your opponent can't counter play to stop it. You can play it to wipe your opponent's board. All cards in your opponent's field that have 20k power or less, or you can use it as I normally have mained it in for, as the activate main for 2 red to minus something by 25k through barrier. Because one thing this deck has trouble with is barrier, but the Kaioken Gokus are mained to help deal with things like that. So if you're against Invoker and they get the Vegeta down, you've got a mained out way to get rid of that Vegeta, so you don't have to worry about Invoker anymore. And lastly, we've got the 2 extra cards I use, being Wolfang Fist. I love this card. It's one of my favourite things about red is that, and I main 4 of Wolfang Fist because it's a great way to protect the unison. Because if they're swinging at if there's any battle card that's 15k or less, it's dead. And you play it for free because you got the unison. Anything else, it's minus down, and you have to use cards to combo back up to match the power of the unison, which is 10k if they're 20k, but it's still, they're comboing more cards to be able to reach it, which is more than they would have wanted to do when attacking the unison as well. And protecting the unison is key because once it survives turn 1, you've got negates. Once it survives turn 2, you've got negates to help it survive the turns after that. And the longer it survives, the more cards it's netting you, and it's an extra free attacker as well. And the longer it sticks around what's on board, any cowardly skill they use, you get the pop of battle card to 15k or less. And after image, it's never one that's free, because you can accumulate a lot on the drop, and also help you take life, because sometimes you'll win with 8 life as well, because where you're comboing the draw cards, your opponent might have trouble to deal damage to you. I've had games where I've not gone, and that's the reason why the Nappa's in here, because rarely do I go to 4 life or between, less 4 life or less. So normally super combos normally dead my hand if they require me to be at 4 or less life. And after image, well, you get to flip out your life as well. You get to see what's in your life, so you can technically choose something you want as well with after image when flipping life up and down as well. Because as the Q&A come through for set 12, you don't shuffle your life after you flip it up, so you can know where your life is as well if you flip each one at a time. But that's everything for the main deck. It's doing 50 cards as well, because 50 card makes it more consistent and make sure I draw what I want. And I do have a side deck. Is not so much thought of. We have the Shu being a very good counterplay to help deal with things like Red Broly. There's quite a few things that are 5k power that you want to get rid of, and it's a nice 1k combo to then a 1 cost counterplay to get rid of anything that hits anything that comes off Planet Vampa and Red Broly. In Vegex you can stop the Kai from coming out, I think maybe the Trunks as well. And in Broly, in Gotenks, you can stop the Goku from being played, things like that. It's a very good counterplay for certain cards in certain matchups. You got the Mai to help this deck deal with blue, where if they got a lot of counters going on, you get and they want to tap energy to keep defending, because you can put a lot of aggression on. It's a nice card to help out, and being a cantrip as well, you can bring off Super 17 and 17 as well. It's quite good. You've got the Champion Beerus, is something you can switch out the Khajiit for, because Khajiit only hits 4 or less, well, this hits anything that's 20k or less, and since you've got some things that can reduce power, this can allow you then rival in and hit more, potentially more things as well, in combination with Wolfang Fist and After Image Technique, or even as well with the Leader's Effect to minus a 25 down to 20 in him, rather than KO. Also have the Brody Crown Retribution for your opponent, is for any stall matchups where your opponent leaves energy open for counterplays or defense. You can use that to get rid of things like Topo or the Sun Gohan and Baby. And the last two cards we have is the remote colors SS Scramble and Kalyan Son Goku. These will be the finishers. So SS Scramble could be a way to burn them more for stall decks, like for aggro decks. It's red. The deck's red. You can deal quite easily with aggro decks, but against stally decks, Scramble is there as a way to rival in to finish them on to burn its last life, and in Kaioken is a way to finish them off and also hit their head life as well with the effect. Because they're not useful for all matchups, and they could be dead, but against certain matchups like more control stally decks, they can help quite a bit because they can both come down on turn 5. But that's it for the deck. If you do find this on Deck Planet, it'll be on there because they show all the decks anybody's made in the deck database, and I've also left a useful description as well to help out anybody who wants to try it out. But I would recommend it. It's very fun, very enjoyable, and thank you for watching the video. So as I said, check out Deck Planet. It's a very good deck building website for DBS, and I'm having fun, and we'll potentially use it for the majority because I like the interface and how it everything about it really is. I like the fact that it flips over leaders so you can see both sides, and also the full description as well, so you can see what it looks like and what's read on the card. So thank you for watching. I should have more profiles with more decks from set 12 as well. If you like the video and like my content for deck profiles and want to see more of my updated decks for set 12, then leave a like, subscribe if you want to keep updated with my videos, and also comment if there's anything I didn't cover or any questions you have about the deck, and I'll answer them as best I can. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.